Hello there, Dark Spectre Interactive here. Today's video is going to be a bit different. You can see I'm kind of trying to practice proportions as a beginner. And what I've done so far is that I have drawn some guidelines over a particular artist I found on Pinterest. I don't know their name or anything, but I like their art style at this point. I took the measurement of the head, like the top of the head, to the bottom of the chin, and I kind of duplicated that multiple times. And roughly this character was like 7 heads tall. Currently what you can see me doing is just trying to follow my guidelines as best as possible. I think I've gotten better with generally guessing or not really guessing, but the overall size and shape of the guidelines on the base versus what I'm trying to practice. I make a lot of mistakes with the eyes and stuff. Like I noticed that my eyes are kind of too close to the side of the face here when there's a little bit more room for the eyebrow, eyelash area here. I enjoy this a lot. You can see I'm constantly checking, and this might get annoying, but I feel that constantly checking my work is the only way I'm going to be able to stay sane while I'm trying to practice proportions, because in the art school it shows you a technique of trying to get your proportions correct, and I'm trying to do one specific one where it is you take the measurement of the head and just measure it all the way to the bottom of the body. I've also kind of got a cross mark, trying to figure out how wide the shoulders are. It looks like it's roughly about 1 head wide. I'm not going to finish this drawing this video, but I'm trying to get all the landmarks down, and I'm trying to copy the overall lines of the ears just to kind of understand the ear anatomy a bit better. I think my sketch pencil is a little bit too big for the lines I want to draw. I know that the eyebrow is kind of tilted wrong and it's not the same shape. Also, my neck is a little bit off. I also use the liquify tool a lot to try and get more correct proportions overall. I can see for the most part that I'm just trying to... I think I'm mostly guesstimating. I'm also giving her an egghead right here. Now I'm trying to just draw the hair based on the overall shape proportion of things. I'm completely off the mark, so I kind of move it to the left here. Mostly the top of the cranium is what I was trying to capture, because if I got the entire thing of the hair too, I don't think my proportions would have been correct. You can see me sometimes also ghosting over lines. Ghosting basically means before I place my pen onto my tablet, my screen tablet, I do a couple tracings without touching the tablet to make sure that my angle of my line is going to be correct. I go in and I fix some mistakes with the drawing here and there. Again, just trying to make sure my proportions are accurate to this particular drawing. I want to be able to draw these like stylized characters, so that's why I'm kind of like doing this. You can see I kind of scrapped the original hair and I just build off what I had already. And it seems like it lines up perfectly. I'm not going to do like a full rendering of this but I think it's important to study the artist that you like. I've also learned the importance of line weight, basically making some lines a bit darker. You can see that the hair in the back is lighter than the one in where the head is, like where her ponytail is. I think it denotes a good sense of perspective and some sort of visual hierarchy. Or not even visual hierarchy, but just to denote what's in the front and what's in the back. I think by drawing the guidelines for the eyes, like how wide the eyes are, it definitely helps keep things, for me, in a good proportion range. Again, I think my sketch pencil is too big. I end up overshooting and making things way too big. Or way too small sometimes. That's why I'm practicing proportion right now. I think it's super interesting to just kind of like get better at drawing. That's always a skill I've wanted to be better at. I should have done it a long time ago, but I'm practicing now, and I'm having fun with it. I remember I spent like 6 months trying to draw seriously through free art lessons, like through Drawbox and stuff. And I tried to draw like an anime face without reference, and that didn't go too well, and I kind of quit for 6 months, but now I'm kind of trying to do it again. I've been drawing every day for roughly about 3 months. And I can tell I'm improving. Like, this sketch here, yes, I'm following a reference, but I'm not tracing over anything. Like, I feel I'm pretty confident now in my sort of observation skills. Even if I need to draw guidelines and stuff, I think that's not a bad idea. Here I just try to make the pencil sketch brush just a bit smaller just so I can get those finer lines, but I think I ultimately give up on it. Again, I'm just trying to denote the curvature of the hair here. I keep messing up that eyebrow on my left side. Again, I'm using the Liquify tool inside the Transform tool. I didn't make this angle extreme enough. For the shoulder part. I don't know much anatomy, but once I get there, I feel I'm gonna be almost unstoppable. There are some exercises where you can kind of draw on top of people doing poses, like doing cylinders for the arms and legs, to kind of figure out how things kind of work in perspective and stuff. I may upload a video later about me kind of drawing things from imagination, just my progress. I do want to learn how to draw torsos and waists in just using the box, because at least with the box I can sort of understand where the front and side planes are of the overall form. I know that on the human figure not everything lines up like it would on a box, so practicing things in relation to each other is very important, I understand. I know my hands are going to be terrible whenever I get to them. I just don't understand how some people can make them look so nice like the ones in this sort of illustration. But yeah, I'm kind of just struggling with the torso here for a bit. You can see I'm kind of getting it, like I'm roughly doing stuff and just moving stuff around using my digital tools. If you're a traditional artist, you can't do that, but I understand you've got your own workarounds and stuff. I was actually kind of happy with the clavicle placement. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.